intent and send it out. There are many ways to get into this space. Meditation is probably the most common, but it's also common to listen to music or to do an activity that you really love. For me, one of the activities that I really love is running. And so I run fairly frequently. I call it running. Other people might call it stumbling. A lot of people call it walking. You can call it whatever you like, but for me, it's a moment of running. It's also what I call my date with God. It's a time when I tune in, get to that place of mindlessness, push my thoughts out, and really try to receive information. I don't care about how fast I'm running. I don't care about what I look like. Oftentimes my clothes are kind of stretched out. I have my hair in a ponytail. It typically falls out. None of that matters. What matters is that I get into that zone, into that place, and I can receive information. I can also set an intent and send information. Use the energy that flows through my body, flows in and flows out to benefit others, to set my intent. A few years ago, my youngest daughter, Kendall, asked me if I would do a 5K run with her. It was a turkey trot on a Thanksgiving morning. I was a little surprised, but very, very delighted that she asked me, so I immediately said yes. So we woke up early on Thanksgiving morning, and we went to the park where this was to begin, attempted to register. I had pre-registered, but they couldn't find my registration, but that was okay. We were going to have an amazing day. My daughter looked amazing herself. Her hair was perfect. She had on a little bit of makeup. She had on the cutest running outfit. She looked amazing. I had my sweats on. And so people began to gather at the start line. There were some people dressed like turkeys. There were other folks there with their children pushing strollers. It was really a fun, relaxed, pleasant morning. My daughter was towards the front. I was way in the back because I just wasn't there to run fast. I wasn't there to really look good. I was there to get in that moment of mindlessness and to spend some time with my daughter. And so the gun was shot and we all began to run on this trail that's really meant for horses. Has a lot of divots in it, a lot of ruts in it. And we would work our way up through hills and between houses, sometimes becoming a little cramped when the pathway narrowed. I made my way up slowly. I went around some of the strollers. I made my way around the turkeys, and I was just setting my own pace. Again, what I call running. And about a quarter of the mile from the end of the race, I saw my daughter, Kendall. Again, she looked amazing. And I just thought, I'm going to run up and get next to her. And so I did. I picked up speed. I got up right next to her. I took my hand and I patted her on the chest. And she looked at me with this face that only kids look at their moms with, I think. I could hear her mentally saying in her mind, "Mom." Her eyes were really big. She was shocked I was even there. And I don't know what happened, but she took off running really, really fast. And I don't know what happened in me. Something triggered without me even really being aware. And I took off running as fast as I could after her. So we finished that quarter of a mile, went through the chute. She was right in front of me. I crossed the finish line. I'm heaving. My hair, my ponytail is completely out. My stretched out clothes are more stretched out than ever. And my daughter looks perfect. She's walking around completely refreshed. Her hair looks perfect. Her outfit looks perfect. Everything is just fine with her. And she says, "Mom, I think we should hang around a little bit because, you never know, you might have won an award." That was a compliment in her own little way. And so we did, and we hung out, and they went through each of the age groups. And they went through the 50-some-year-olds at the time, and I wasn't given an award, and she was kind of disappointed. She thought I should, but I don't run to be fast. I don't run to look good. I run to connect and set intent. So I felt successful that day. And so we waited because I thought maybe Kendall would have won an award because she's very fast. And they called the third person who got third place for the 18 to 25-year-olds, and it was one of Kendall's friends. And so they hug and, they're happy to see each other. And it was a fun moment. Then they call the person who won second place. And I looked at my daughter, and she was again looking at me with that face. And I could hear her mentally going, "Mom," the big eyes and everything. And I realized they just said my name. I got second in the 18 to 25-year-old category. And then, of course, Kendall got first. Now, that's not the best part of this story. The best part of the story is when they were immediately finished with the awards ceremony, a woman walked up to me. She said, "Hi, I'm Jennifer. Are you that woman that runs on San Vicente every day?" And she did say run. "Are you the woman that runs on San Vicente every day?" And I said, "I am." And she said, "I've been watching you every day. I come home from work. I drive by. I see you running." She goes, "I go home. I pull my husband out of his lounger chair and we go for walks. And I have lost 30 pounds in the last year. I just want you to know that." And so I share this story because I think it's a very good example of how powerful we can be when we're in that place of mindlessness. As I said, my goal wasn't to be fast. My goal is not to look good when I run. But I do come there to connect, and I do come there to set an intent. The important part, when you get into that space, you connect, you set your intent for good for others, is that you have faith and you have trust that it will happen. There will be many times when we set an intent, our intent does good things for others, and we never know about it. But every so often, we do. So I share this story, and I encourage each of you to get into that space of mindlessness. Connect, whether that's hearing, seeing, feeling, connect. Set your intent, let it go, have faith and trust that it will make a difference. Get on your path and just keep going. Thank you so much.